I get a lot of weird questions, many are there, but these are some of the recurring ones. You're dreaming that you will also become a famous spy, you also will become celebrated and all that. Point is, are you willing to pay the price? You keep dreaming, Ajit Doval, Ajit Doval, Ajit Doval, Ajit Doval. But are you ready to pay the price? So sometimes I can see people telling, then the politicians, what about the politicians? Why are they not doing this? Why are they not doing that? Understand one thing. In our country, caste is the first consideration when it comes to vote. You go by orders. Not that you get some power and you will immediately start shooting everybody. No, you cannot. What toppers say, because once you become successful, you can tell anything that you want. People will believe it. Sir, a girl blocked me. I told I love her. Sacha pyar karna paap hai kya? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PWLI's English YouTube channel. My name is Nikhil Ram, Faculty for Polity, Public Administration and Current Affairs at PW. Well, this video, it's been there in my head since quite some time now. The reason being that I get a lot of weird questions, many are there, but these are some of the recurring ones. You know, some of these questions when I read, I know for a fact that maybe their heart is in their right place, but their brain is not. I know that is actually a very, it's a Gissa Pitta who has statement to make, because heart is different, brain is different, nothing like that. Heart, as I have always told, it's just a pumping organ. Whatever thinking you have to do, you do it with your brain. But sometimes some of these questions are totally detached from reality. So without any further delay, let me just take you through some of the questions that I keep getting on a repeated basis. The first one being, I want to become Ajit Doval. First thing that you need to understand here is, yeah, ambition is good. You want to become like somebody, that is great. You have a target, it's good. But the point here is, you have an ideal dream. I don't know how many people are there out there who has continued in the government service well into their 80s. I mean, if you Google and see Ajit Doval's sir's age, you will be like, oh my God, this man is probably older than India. So the point, what I want to tell you here is, good, you have an ideal goal. This you want to become. You're dreaming that you will also become a famous spy. You also will become celebrated and all that. Point is, are you willing to pay the price for it? You're somebody who is not disciplined. You're somebody who is not consistent. You're bound to find that between your ideal dream and the ugly reality, there is chalk and cheese difference. So you are into Insta, you are into YouTube, you are into web series, TikTok, whatever. Your dream is far away from it. So because you are pursuing something which is too ideal and too perfect, and the reality is far away from it, you will start feeling the disconnect within 2-3 days of your preparation. Because the price that you need to pay for this and what your habits are in the current reality doesn't match. You keep dreaming, Ajit Doval, Ajit Doval, Ajit Doval, Ajit Doval. But are you ready to pay the price? Are you ready to stay consistent? Are you ready to follow the instructions given by the faculties? Or even more worse, sometimes they are into self-preparation. Now, I have always said this, self-preparation, the only problem is you are the teacher, you are the student. You are both. When I am taking a class, you have the luxury or liberty basically to tell that, okay, today's class, even if I skip, I'll get the recorded class access I will get tomorrow. That liberty you have. That luxury you don't get when you are preparing by yourself. Because the student in you can cut the class, not the teacher who has set the timetable. So when this happens, when this dream of your perfection and the ugly reality, when they don't match, what happens? You will feel a discomfort. And to escape from that discomfort, because nobody likes it, right? It is almost like you feel that I'm not doing anything right. मैं गलत कर रहा हूँ, मैं सही नहीं कर रहा हूँ. When that happens, your mind will search for a escape route. And what is that escape route? Again, the same thing. So if you were watching initially Instagram, YouTube, web series, etc., for your entertainment purpose, just to relax, etc., now it becomes a loop simply because this idea of your dream and what your reality is has no lena dena with each other, no connect with each other. And each time when your own brain reminds you of it, you don't want to accept it. You go back again to Insta, YouTube, and other videos. So this high on Josh thing is again like, this is the other question. Again, a connected question only. I want to become IPS and start encountering criminals. I will save the country and all that. Again, misplaced. Understand, you go only by orders. So sometimes I can see people telling, then the politicians, what about the politicians? Why are they not doing this? Why are they not doing that? Understand one thing. In our country, caste is the first consideration when it comes to vote. Then religion. Then the other factors. If education and qualifications were the criteria means, then the Metro Man of India, Mr. Sridharan, wouldn't have lost the Lok Sabha elections last time. I know some people might say, no, it is because of the party that he joined. Whatever. See, ultimately, if I vote for somebody, what should be the reason for it? Okay, what is his educational background or her background? Do they have any criminal cases on them? Or what are the assets that they have? How is it that from the last election to this election, their assets have increased so much? This is what any objective guy or girl should do. But that doesn't happen. So we elect politicians who are less than optimal. And these are the same politicians that will be giving you orders. You go by orders. Not that you get some power and you will immediately start shooting everybody. No, you cannot. And first of all, the word encounter itself is wrong. It is actually called extrajudicial killing. These are some of the realities that you need to understand. It is not man bhavre ute, tarasu ute, whatever ute and ute. Pani pi, thand rakh. In other words, drink some water and be cool. When it comes to this exams preparation, I don't want you to have all this Josh and everything, because Josh is something which will fizzle out within a few minutes, few hours, few days. Just like the gas inside a Coca-Cola bottle or a Pepsi bottle. What I want you to do is stay consistent. Every day, do bare minimum. Because in both these cases, you're trying some dream which is based on idealism. Perfection. So this idealism or perfection, what it leads to is you feel that, okay, I should actually sit and study for these many hours. I shouldn't have breaks. I should actually utilize the full day completely. Another related question I will tell you. 16 hours, kafi hai kya? 16 hours, is it enough? Somebody studying for 16 hours, you're at least supposed to sleep for 7 hours, people. This is idealism again. 16 hours, how long will you keep doing this? Studying. 7 hours you're supposed to sleep. Then what about your food, taking bath, etc.? Or will you become a public nuisance, not eating food, not taking care of yourself, spreading greenhouse gases wherever you go? Is that what you plan to do? Don't keep such idealism and all. Because this you will be able to pull off for 2-3 days. Or 4-5 days. Maybe 1 month. I have heard people pulling this off for 1 month. And then they will crash. What you should do is, bare minimum every day. I know you will be like, sir, but will I clear then? Will I clear then? I have heard toppers selling this. Toppers, they will say many things which will be very detached from reality. Never ever go by that. Getting the point here. Never ever go by that. What toppers say, because once you become successful, you can tell anything that you want. People will believe it. But once, if you are not successful, even if you tell the truth, you tell a lie, nobody is going to believe it. So take out the idealism away and do whatever is bare minimum every day. What is the bare minimum? How many hours can you really put? Maintaining an adequate amount of interest every day, consistently. Balancing it with other aspects of your life, spending time with your family, maybe with your friends who will support you in your preparation journey, going out for a walk, doing some yoga, meditation, or even workout. It should be balanced. Only then you have a chance of clearing this exam. Because the other thing, okay, I am sacrificing so much, so God will give me some gift. I am sacrificing so much, so God is seeing this, God will give me a gift. That is almost like thinking that, okay, if I do upavas, if I go on a fast, I will win the lottery. Both have no connect with each other. For the lot, if I need to win the lottery, I need to take what? The ticket. And hope that there is a 0.00001% chance of me clearing. That's the bare minimum there. If I do fasting, the only advantage is for my body. Nothing else. It will help in cutting down on the fat, the unnecessary fat. So don't link that just because you're doing sacrifice, God will see this and God will immediately give you all the, benefits without doing what is really necessary for the civil service, which is staying consistent, analyzing the PYQs, both prelims, mains. You're doing self-preparation, you're taking coaching also. I want you to sit and analyze the paper properly. Because without doing that, if you think that I will simply go and crack the exam, it simply means you're going in for a fight where you don't know how strong or big your enemy is. Whichever exam it is, I don't care whether it is an exam within India, an exam abroad, a scholarship, NEET, IIT, JEE, whatever. Your first job is take the last 5 years question paper, analyze the paper properly, and ask yourself this question, can I handle this? Because there are students who enter into this civil service because it's like, the moment they say, मैं civil service की तैयारी कर रहा हूँ, and everybody is like, wow. They love that attention. So then they feel, yeah, even I will also prepare. Okay, everybody are encouraging me. And then they don't even bother to see the papers, nothing. And then suddenly, when a test comes or when a mains practice they have to do or when a mains question is given, that is when for the first time they are like, how is this? ये क्या है? ये ऐसे क्यों मार्क? इतना कम मार्क मुझे क्यों मिला? Many students, even today, they don't know that 50 to 55%, if you score in UPSC, you're in top 10 ranks. So understanding the exam, prelims, mains, interview, the previous year questions, the topics that are asked frequently, this you have to do before even you start your preparation. So when we don't know about anything, how will we know which topic is what topic? You know to read, right? So twice if you see a question where, okay, something about fundamental rights they are asking, this rights, something they are asking, or they are asking something about climate change, minimum you will have that common sense to understand this is climate change because in the question it is written climate change. Correct? Do that exercise. So do this first to know whether you will be able to even handle this exam pressure. Don't just come for this exam thinking that, okay, everybody in society told, parents told, neighbors told, school said that I have a good caliber, so let me come and do this. Don't do that. Think multiple times before you enter into it. Otherwise, it is going to be hell amount of trouble for you later. Clear? Let me get back now. This is the other nonsense that I have to deal with. Class from Academy A, notes from Academy B. That is, they have joined in 2 different academies. And then they come up to me and say, but I'm unable to connect the dots. How are you going to connect the dots? I mean, this trend has started especially since the last 3-4 years. Students, especially the ones who can afford it, they join offline center in one place. They take at least 1 or 2 online batches also. So it is like polity in this academy, it is good, but notes of that academy is that, because they would have heard their friends discussing it, etc. The ones who can afford it, the ones who know how to handle it, well, good for you. But majority are not in a position to do so. What I would suggest to you is a simple thing called addition by subtraction. Your preparation becomes better only by reducing things. And one of the primary things that you need to reduce here is extra materials, extra classes. There is no point in taking, oh, that class is good there. One class is good in one academy. For that, you will subscribe the entire course there. In another academy, some 2 other subjects are good. Then you will subscribe the entire course there. Now you are filled with what? Plethora of materials. Recorded lectures of at least 2 academies. Then the offline academy lectures, etc. Initially, it may sound good. You would have decided, okay, polity, I will do it from here. This subject I'll do from there, etc., etc. But eventually, what is going to happen is you will feel FOMO, fear of missing out. Some student will say, but their geography classes in that academy is also good, not just polity. Geography is very good. Now you will start feeling, oh my God, geography I took from the other academy, but they are telling my original academy was better. So geography I've already attended here. Now you'll go and attend geography there also. 99% content is going to remain the same. 1% here and there, some value addition, some changes will be there. But other than that, that entire content is going to be the same. You want to prepare for any exam, reduce the materials, reduce the reference materials. First, stick to the classes given to you. Stick to the instructions given by the faculty. Sometimes many people ask, okay, so should we start reading NCRTs before we join the class, etc. Ask the faculty of the concerned subject. Many a times what the faculties would have done would be, what they would have already integrated the NCRT content into their notes. So you need not read them separately. Got the point here? You need not read them. But in this particular case, what is it? They read their NCRT, then they take up NCRT classes, then 2-3 academies classes. It keeps on adding up. It keeps on adding up to a point where too much of content, never doing any revision, and then they are lost. Now they are totally confused. Which academy's note should I read? Because you have subscribed to 2 or 3 courses. Because your parents could afford it. Keep this in mind. You can improve your You can improve your preparation only by reducing the materials that you are referring to and increasing the revision. Got my point here? Otherwise, it is going to be hell amount of trouble for you. The other weird question, obviously, like I keep telling you, there is no dearth of single boys and single girls in the class. But at least with the girls, I know for a fact that they will never reach out to me with this sort of stupidity. Sir, a girl blocked me. I told I love her. Sacha pyar karna paap hai kya? First of all, you yourself are surviving because of your father's hard-earned money. You're not even bought one underwear also with your own money. Even if you plan to buy a chocolate for a girl, that will be with your father's money. Guaranteed that she may take the chocolate because chocolate is good. Most girls like it. They will take it, they will eat it. And you keep preparing for an exam where there is no end in sight. There is a high amount of chance that she will move on in her life. So my advice to all the boys out there, you are in a relationship and you have entered into UPSC preparation, take it from me, 99.9999% your relationship will end. If I had an enemy and he had a daughter who is in love with a guy who is preparing for UPSC or any competitive exam for that matter since 5, 6, 7 years, only sitting and doing that, then I will go and tell him, listen, whatever is there between me and you, let it be. But your daughter's future, we will save it. You think about it. You yourself become a father tomorrow and your daughter comes and tells you that she is in such a pyar with a guy and he is sitting and preparing for a government exam or any exam since the last 5, 6 years. Will you give your daughter to him? Because it is true love. I don't think so. Even no need to be a father. Even if it is your sister also, you will not allow it. You will basically ask her, like, how are you people even going to survive? And it is an unnecessary burden for that matter. Why you want that added pressure here? UPSC syllabus is enough to give you enough amount of pressure that you will get sleepless nights. On top of this, why you want to do this? This clearly shows your priorities in life is totally misplaced. You have been watching all these movies, 12th fail, then the TVF1 web series is there, which only talks about the people who may have cracked it, etc. There are many people out there who are totally clueless with what to do in their life when they enter into UPSC, because for them, it is the glory that they are imagining. Seeing the glory part only, they come in without being aware of the price that you have to pay for it. A minimum amount of discipline every day. It is not about the hours. It is not about how much knowledge you have. It is about showing up every day. Self-preparation or coaching, you show up every day. Showing up every day means what? You wake up, you open the book, you start reading. You wake up, you open the book, you start reading every day. I'm not even saying studying. Read it first. This you have to do every day. Are you ready to do that? Repeatedly doing the same thing every day, you will enter into a very boring routine. No excitement will be there. This is the price that you should pay. And that is the reality for every exam. Whether it is NEET, IIT, JEE, NET, NEET PG, Chartered Accountant exam, UPSC, your GATE exam, anything you take. Whoever have cleared this exam, ask them, what did you do? What did you do? The only common angle, that is you remove all the other stuff. That is I read Kurukshetra, I used to wake up at that and all, you leave it aside. You wake up at whatever time you like. But maintain that consistency. All of them, you will see that they were continuously doing the same activity every day. PYQs, answer writing, PYQs, answer writing, PYQs, answer writing. Every day. Read, 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 read. This is the ground reality. In between that, this Sacha Pyar and all this crap, you seriously think you will be able to crack the exam? And so far, whatever I have seen, relationships as old as 15 years also, that is the ones which started from school days onwards, from 8th standard, 6th standard and all. Those relationships have ended, thanks to UPSC. Any competitive exam you talk about, all those relationships have ended. Friendships have ended. Because one will clear, other won't. One will move on in their life, other won't. It is not necessary that the person should crack it for them to leave you. Even if one person moves on in their life, that is, they decide, okay, this is not my cup of tea, let me go and start preparing for a private exam or whatever, and they decide to move on, your relationship ends there. Whether it is bhaichara, friendship, whatever you want to call it, or relationship, true love, whatever it is, everything will end right there. And that takes me to the next question. Am I a loser? Now, this generally happens when people have spent 5 to 6 years for this exam. were the first 2 years they wasted in self-preparation. Easily. Whoever I have seen who have spent 5 to 6 years in this UPSC exam field, when I ask them what happened, majority of them will say, sir, initial 2 years I was doing self-preparation. And then I'll be like, okay, I understood. But I was never consistent. Because what happens with these people is, they'll start maybe with one subject, polity. Interesting. First 2-3 chapters they will study. By the 4th chapter, they are like, arey, ye kafi boring hai. Then they move on to something which will give them the next excitement. Another subject, okay, history. Then that also, after a few pages, they will be like, arey, this is boring. Then the next, then the next. That means they'll start everything, finish nothing. Then they will know little of everything. Then they'll be like, no, Issal, I am not ready. Let me prepare properly and go for the next attempt. Loop repeats. By the time they realize their mistake and their folly, 2 years or 2.5, 3 years it would be, and then they go and join for coaching class then. Because their parents also will say, you stop with the self-preparation, go join somewhere. It is not easy like this. Then for that, it will go another 1 year, 1.5 year, optional coaching, everything. It will go on easily 2 to 4 years, aram se will go out of their life. Then they will give prelims again. Now added pressure. 4 years I have lost in this. Now I have no other choice. I have to crack this. Added pressure will only lead to what? Failure in prelims. Prelims exam, when you go, you should be only there with one single goal. That is, okay, I need to crack this. Not that, 4 saal gaya, what will I do? What will my parents say? All that parents will say. Guaranteed Indian parents will say. Earlier you were self-preparing, you didn't clear. Now we put you for an expensive coaching, again you didn't clear. What are you doing with your life? They have every right to get worried. So the next attempt becomes even more troublesome. People always will say, coaching industry is responsible for this. Coaching mafia is responsible for this. Even I get it. Even yesterday also somebody has told, foolish teachers like you unnecessarily brainwash students. As if students are all these abala, very innocent children don't even know about Google or ChatGPT or anything. Any simple Google or ChatGPT will tell you what is the vacancies, average vacancy in this exam. What is the success rate in this exam? Any exam for that matter. Not that everybody who prepares will get into it. Everybody wants only IAS. But you are not ready to pay the price for it. Not the money I'm talking about. The price in terms of discipline, in terms of a timetable, in terms of a routine. And they think, looking at 1 or 2 success stories, they did self-preparation. How do you even know that they have already done self-preparation? How do you even know that they have not taken access of these classes from their friend or their neighbor or anybody? How do you know that? I know at least 10 students in my Insta profile who have reached out to me who are actually studying from PW's content. But I asked them, are you doing self or? They said self. I said, okay. But because you are already in this stage, why don't you consider, taking up? If you can afford it, why don't you consider? They were like, no, sir, but we have access to Praram. We have access to Pinnacle. I was like, how? No, sir, my friend had taken the subscription. My cousin had taken the subscription. I am going through it. Do you really think if they crack the exam tomorrow, they are going to give that credit to the concerned academy? That, okay, I used to watch their online classes for free. Do you really think they will give it? Trust me, people, don't believe everything that you see in social media or everything that you see in YouTube. Once anybody, when they reach that pinnacle of their achievement, only very few are there who will actually not forget the path that they took to reach there. Only they will acknowledge, okay, these are the people who helped me. The other ones will basically start giving all these sermons. 16 hours I studied, 17 hours I studied. Through self-preparation, even you can do. In fact, the speech will be so good that even you will start believing it. Yes, through self-preparation, I'll be able to do. The next blunder, which I always keep telling, one of the other blunders that is involved here is not giving any other exam. or trying in private sector. This is the next blunder. Going on preparing. In one closed four walls, you will sit and prepare and do nothing in your life. Who told you to do that? Some topper's mother said he never used to come out. 17 to 18 hours he used to sit and study. So then every parent also will basically think, you also sit inside, don't come. We will give you everything inside the room. Just by taking classes inside this home studio, where I am standing right now, since the last 6-7 months continuously, I almost went into a very pathetic state of mind. I was always feeling tired, irritated, and feeling very sensitive, I would say. Sensitive in the sense I became like a touch-me-not plant, getting angry at the drop of a hat, getting very irritated fast and quick. I was not understanding what is the reason for it. Then I realized I am not interacting with anybody. My wife is going for work. I am within the four walls from morning till evening, one class after the other. In between, when I get a gap or break, I'll come out, eat something, come back again. Then I will sit again here itself and prepare my notes. What else am I doing? No interaction whatsoever. And after you keep taking classes, you will not be in a position to take a phone call also. So now what happens? Now you are like, oh, you are in very closed within your mind. You are not actually stepping out. You are not interacting with anybody. You are bound to get irritated. So balance your life. Balance your life in such a way that you give a minimum time for everything. But don't ignore anything. Minimum time. I'm not going to tell you do 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, nothing. Every day, show up. Show up for your friends, show up for your family, show up for your studies, show up for trying other exams, everything. Because this thing about I will only do UPSC, other than UPSC, I will not do anything. That is the same as this सच्चा प्यार वाला nonsense. अगर वो है तो सब कुछ है. वो अगर नहीं, मुझे कुछ नहीं, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है फिर. What nonsense, man? Give every other exam. Try every other job. What is stopping you from earning money? Start taking tuitions. Never ever say no to hard-earned money, come what may. But sir, what? We don't get 16. You don't need 16 hours, 17 hours and all to sit and study. Understand that very clearly. Parallelly, try to do what? And that other thing, what I'm trying to tell you is, when you earn your own money, you can afford coaching then. You don't have to take that pressure. My parents are sponsoring me. Most of these boys and girls will be feeling it. Oh my God, my parents are spending so much money for me. So what do? You earn your money and you give it and then you do the rest. 2 hours you are able to give. 3 hours you are able to give. That is more than sufficient. Got the point here. Now again, you can choose any course you want from any academy you want. That is left to you. But before choosing the course, ensure that you attend the demo lectures. See what and all are they promising you for that money. Only then take a call. There were some students who had reached out to me asking, sir, for 2029, because they are currently 18 years old. For 2029 attempt, what should we do? I would suggest you join Pinnacle itself. Join Pinnacle itself, because I know by 31st July 27, it will be over. You will have ample amount of time to do answer writing practice, choose your optional, and complete proper revision by the time you come out of college. So if you are in the 18, 19, 20, that 18, 19, that age means go for Pinnacle. If you are a working professional, you don't have the time for giving, what is it, like 23rd April to 31st July 27, you don't have time means go for Titan. The offer ends today. Early bird offer. 10,999 for Titan, 12,999 for Pinnacle. All right, people. Like I told you, do your permutation combination. Only then decide which academy you want to join. And like I told you, self-preparation is not a bad idea, but 100% diligence I require from your end. You cannot give an excuse. So if you don't want that, you can afford it. Afford coaching, go for this. Finish it off at the earliest. Give your first attempt. In case you are not clearing, start preparing other government jobs. Start looking for private jobs. The government job is not available. Private job is not available. Minimum start taking tuitions. One or the other way, I want you to start earning after your, in case your first attempt doesn't work out. Or if it is your second attempt, third attempt, it is not working out, start working. Start working. I am not going, I have never ever say, you will never find a single video of mine where I will tell you, sab kuch chodo, so chhod chhad kar, bas, lage raho UPSC mein. No. If your coaching is done, then it's over. Then it's all about revising. Syllabus is not changing. Paper pattern is not changing. The only thing that will change is current affairs. Fine. Other than that, nothing else is changing. Then why are you getting so worried? Oh, अगर मेरे पास 8 घंटे भी जरूरत नहीं है. If your coaching is done means 3 to 4 hours is enough. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. Study in the morning or revise in the morning. Study in the evening. I mean, read in the evening. That's it. इतने करने में होगा क्या? हो जाएगा. 4 घंटे रोज डालो. Simple funda. 4 hours every day. Can you do that much? If your preparation is done, 4 hours every day. Baki ke time, start doing other jobs. Start working. Start preparing for other exams. Earn. Stay happy, be happy. Go buy an expensive gift for your father. Go buy that expensive sari for your mother. Take them both out to a restaurant, nice restaurant. Buy food for them. What glory are you seeking, man? The fact that your father is wearing an expensive watch gifted by you. Your mother is wearing an expensive sari gifted by you. You're taking them to a nice restaurant, expensive restaurant, which you know for a fact that your father will never walk in there and have food from. Take them there. Usse bhi bada kya glory? What glory are you seeking? Getting the point here, that satisfaction is on another level. Trust me. Nothing will give you more happiness to you. And you can see that smile on your father's face also when he wears that watch gifted by you. I have seen that. That is the reason I am telling you. Clear, people? पहले खुद को संभाल, परिवार को भी संभाल, बाकी आ जाएगा, हो जाएगा. Worst to worst case scenario, what can happen? You may not clear the exam, but you will clear life. Got the point here? That is what we want to make you capable of. PW doesn't have any interest that, har saal hamara course, you should subscribe. Nothing like that. This is given to you at the most affordable rate in the country with the best quality. Take it up, finish it off in 1 year, move on in your life. Aage chalo. UPSC, don't make it your main course. Side par rakho. Chalo aage. Reach out to the faculties through the Telegram channel. They will support you. More than this, what you want. Keep it simple. Keep it simple to the point. Don't give too much of bhav and respect for UPSC. Side mein rakh. Got the point here? All the very best. Think wisely and take a decision. Prioritize your financial independence above everything. Got it? In college, you're still 18. Go for this. Finish it off. Get it out of the way. Focus on your college. Focus on your future. Clear? God bless you all. Jai Hind. Take care.